Well, we all know it is super important to take care of our heart health. And one great thing you can do for your heart is get outside and walk. The Seattle Heart and Stroke Walk at Seattle Center is coming up on Saturday, September 21st. And here to tell us all about it is Lee McGrath from Premera Blue Cross. Welcome to New Day.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
I think it's so important that we talk about this. I actually was just recently diagnosed with high blood pressure.
Really?
For the first time in my life. And that's what the doctor said.
Yeah.
Get out, walk. So we're not just kidding. This could actually save lives.
Let's
this
move.
Walk.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the walk and why people should participate.
Well, I got to tell you, for me, it's both personal and professional. So my son was diagnosed when he was 5 years old. He is now 13 with a congenital heart defect. And so I'm out there screaming and yelling on behalf of my son and just all parents, right? It is scary. You feel alone. And the community with AHA is just beyond amazing. And Premera Blue Cross, the company I've worked for 6 years, has been just a huge contributor and a community leader in this space, and we've been doing this American Heart Health Walk for 20 years. So to be able to represent my son, other parents, other kids, and my company, it just fills me with joy.
That's really cool.
It is really cool.
That's why they sent you here to the studio today.
I mean, I'm so glad I'm here to talk about it.
Lee is gonna nail it out of the park.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that might surprise people about their heart health? Like, I was shocked when I went in and my blood pressure was high, and they were like, "Is this a thing?" And I was like, "No."
I mean, and women are just not diagnosed as often. It is the leading cause of death for women. And so we have to be out there as like awesome female leaders and talking about this so that everyone knows their numbers and everyone is doing the stuff that they should be doing in order to keep themselves healthy for themselves and their families and communities.
It's so important.
I know.
And it really is just something to, I would say, start talking to your doctor about it. Like, I think that we need to go to like, oh, I don't need I need a cardiologist. You can just talk to your doctor about it.
Talk to your primary care, and everyone should have a primary care physician to talk about everything.
So there are three big things you say that people can do to monitor and keep an eye on their heart health. First is checking your blood pressure.
Yeah, know your numbers. Primary care physician, and get out and move. Park a little bit further away from your door. Walk up the stairs. Go grab a dog. I mean, gosh, I started exercising more when I got a dog. So do whatever you need to do in order to get moving.
That's such a good point. Blood pressure cuff. I did buy one at home because they're super inexpensive and they're easy to use.
And you can just have it at your house. We have one, and you just, put your little arm in there, and you're like, oh, today's not a great day. I got to get out there and move.
Today I am not doing well. So this all became known to me because my grandmother had high blood pressure. And so this is really a family thing, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely, the genetics plays a huge part. For my son, actually, genetics did not play a part, but we did actually do the whole family testing after he was diagnosed. So again, go out, ask questions. I would never have known any of this. You've got to ask your doctor.
You have to be your own advocate, too. It's easier to do when you're a mom for your kid. Than it is for ourselves sometimes.
And also bring a companion with you who's independent to take notes, because as it's all happening to you, you actually cannot comprehend it, and it is so overwhelming. So I always have someone next to me, a friend, a loved one, who just takes notes in order to learn about what the doctor is actually saying to you.
Well, there's mother's intuition, but what were some of the warning signs you had with your son? I mean, how did you know something was wrong?
Actually, we had no idea, and it is a complete freak that we actually learned that he was diagnosed.
No
and typically, what he has, you're diagnosed in your 40s or 50s, but he was actually diagnosed at age 5. He was a NICU baby, and he had a hole in his heart, which is really kind of normal and happens a lot. And you go in at 5, and you're usually told, the heart healed. And while he was having that test, my husband wasn't even with me because we thought it was just going to be so standard, and they were like, we found something else. And so now we track it and monitor it, and it is truly an out-of-body experience every single time I go to the cardiologist with him.
Oh my gosh, I have the chills. That is crazy. How does it affect his health?
So he has a couple of restrictions that he's getting used to, and we have a couple of restrictions we're getting used to as being the parent, because you want to say, don't do anything and just sit on the couch with a big bubble wrap. But we also know we got to push him out of the house and make sure he's an independent, strong, absolutely awesome adult.
This is why I'm so excited for people to go to this walk, is to communicate with you and to meet people like you who have been in the same position and are like, oh my gosh, I totally want to put my kid in bubble wrap.
Oh my gosh, the community that I've met through this is just, it is so heartwarming. You're actually able to talk and share stories and, lessons learned. And, my son goes every year. We go as an entire family, and it is so much fun. There's loud music. There are tons of games for all the kiddos. You see people walking walking, running, giving each other high fives. It's just the best.
What a beautiful, inspiring day.
It really
How long is it?
It starts at 7:30 in the morning, the walk, in terms of all the activities, and then at 9 is the actual walk. And then, it goes until about 11 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, at night?
Oh, no, in the morning.
In the morning.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that is a
No,
party.
we're going all over.
Lee, let's do this.
No, I would need a nap for sure in the middle.
Every time.
Yeah.
All right, so before I let you go, where can people sign up? Where can people become a part of this?
So please go to the American Heart Association's website, and it's September 21st at Seattle Center.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, for sharing your story.
Joy to meet you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have me on my couch anytime.
Yeah.
But just a reminder, my friends, the Seattle Heart and Stroke Walk is happening at the Seattle Center on Saturday, September 21st. As Lee just said, you can sign up at the website right there on your screen. Write it down. It's really easy. PugetSoundHeartWalk.org. There you go.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by Premera Blue Cross.